Guys, hello, and welcome to Evan's Life. Welcome to your 10-15 minute break from SEMA footage. I want to say a big congratulations to some of my friends out there with super crazy builds like the Rebel. I'm sure you guys have seen his Aircon. I think it's absolutely insane. If there's anybody that I envision that should be out at SEMA every year, it's probably Chris. He does some insane builds. Also, Rob Dom for your 4-roller, no longer being a roller. And then obviously TJ's stuff. I gotta say though, like SEMA is just the competition of the wide body A90 Supras, and it's really funny. A lot of people ask me like, why do I not go to SEMA? I had the opportunity to go this year and bring one of my cars, but it kind of fell through. But to be honest, I personally don't like SEMA, mainly just because I'm a penny pincher, but I would rather be back here doing my stuff. I love being at home. I'm a homebody. I don't like leaving ever. That's why I don't travel for events anymore. I usually decline like traveling around just because I don't like to travel. So be a homebody with me today. Let's get this build continued. We have a bit to do on the twin turbo. So we have a lot of space here, and I'm gonna go ahead and probably end up cleaning up the engine bay a little bit more today just because that looks gross. I mean, that's kind of just disgusting. I need to get the turbo mounted. I still am looking for this bracket, dude. I would never realize that this was such a difficult bracket to find. I had to call Honda, and this little bracket, the metal bracket itself, is $160. Or I can order it from some Chinese website and it can be here in 3 months, but I am tired of waiting. And by the way, if you follow my Instagram, you guys will see, you guys have already seen that I'm doing something. You guys need to follow my Instagram because it'll help you guys. But this is the turbo. We've already talked about this. It's a T25, so it should be small enough to get the twin setup going. So again, we're doing a compound turbo setup. Smaller turbo feeding a bigger turbo. So we're gonna do a T25 feeding this T3 over here. But today, we are gonna get this little guy on. I'm stoked this time we're not gonna have a little cast manifold. This is a stainless steel, and I think it's gonna look a little bit better than last time. Now, I'm just gonna be test fitting right now. That looks cool. Pretty much as simple as that. I might actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get this part on, and then worry about the turbo stuff here in a second. I wear my hair tall, check my hair got his hair. So right now the biggest dilemma is we obviously know where the first turbo is going to be. I'm gonna have to talk to Kevin a little bit and pre-plan a little bit so that we can know where the second turbo goes. We're gonna have this one right here. The second turbo might be here, it might be here, it might be super low, like it might be really low down, might be high up, it might be sticking out the hood, who knows? So I've got to kind of try and plan accordingly and drill a hole in the correct place on the oil pan. Depending on where those turbos sit, I want the hole to be in a good spot. Ultimately, it really doesn't matter, and I can just run a longer line, but you want the oil to be able to drain the most efficient way possible. Aside from finishing the manual swap and running like the chase bays lines and stuff like that in here to get the clutch and actual manual transmission ready, this is the only thing we can do to move forward with the build. So we already have the built motor, it's all ready to go, transmission is on, we just need to do a couple more brackets and stuff like that, and then take out the interior, basically, and do that. Before we get going to that though, I need to go to Honda and special order this bracket. It's not gonna do me very good if I have all this stuff and I'm missing a motor mount. Time frame it might be in tomorrow?
It'll come in overnight, so it should be checked in and ready by 8 o'clock.
Oh, perfect. All right. Awesome. Thank you, sir. $170 later. That'll be ready tomorrow. But in the meantime, we've got a turbo to line up. Now, we're going to go ahead and get the turbo on. What I'm going to do is use my first turbo that we installed on the green Honda. Cool, it's gonna all back. It's all gonna fall, it's fine. I'm going to use this turbo for reference just to see how we clocked it. On this, I already have the center housing clocked correctly, the compressor housing and the exhaust housing is perfect. So we might have to end up modifying the compressor housing on that turbo. Once it's bolted on and in there, the CHRA is what they call it, that center housing is almost impossible to move. the compressor housing, for some reason, won't clock. It's not moving. I don't think there's any way to move it. Might have to remove the snap rings from inside of there. That might be what's holding it together, but... Had to widen the holes for this. I'll get my air compressor and blow this stuff out. But now that I can actually fit this in, let's get this sucker mounted. I'm too old to be like this right now. This hurts. So this turbo setup is just a little bit different. I had to turn the turbo around. Last time the compressor housing was on this side because I also kept AC. This car, don't care about AC, don't want it, don't need it, it's not gonna matter. Because of that, this actually might work a little better. I've still gotta clock this housing somehow, but I don't have snap rings. So I'm gonna wait on that a little bit. This is super close already to the pan. And that might mean this is gonna get pretty interesting, and Kevin is gonna be Kevin's gonna be doing the creative side of this. But I like that this turbo is smaller, the manifold is a little more clean, and it definitely looks like we're gonna have at least a little bit of like room to work around here. What I really like is this is incredibly accessible. That is really important. The last time it was really, really hard to reach this upper feed, and that is gonna seriously make my life so much easier. Got a little bit more set up. I really am just excited to see everything kind of coming back together. Though the way a compound turbo setup, this one is going to work. So basically, you get the exhaust after the first turbo, and you put it straight to the exhaust housing here. So that's gonna go straight to the T3 right here. Then, what you do as well is the compressor housing, like the actual spool that is coming out, the pressure coming out of the turbo, we're gonna have to end up messing with this, but it's going to go around the intake for this turbo. So that turbo is going to spool up and put pressure into this turbo, so this one starts spooling because of the other one. It doesn't add pressure to this turbo. What it does is it gets this turbo spooling faster, because if you guys remember, this thing took a really long time to spool with the 1.6 and the other Honda that we blew up that wasn't built. In theory, this should work really, really well. I'm really hoping with all this effort, it's not just a cool thing, it's sort of a usable thing. But I think no matter what, dude, just having this thing start up and the fun we're going to have with this is going to be absolutely worth it. I can't wait to just make something as weird and as wild as this come to life. And drag race something like this. Unlike a lot of my cars, I actually want to take this to the strip, put some slicks on it, and really do some racing. I want to do something with this, but I'm going to wait until I have a built transmission, because right now, I don't want to budget building a trans whenever I have so much other stuff going on. This car and this car both have so much to be done. Now, I can't put the other turbo on until I get everything ready and this car is ready to roll out and onto the trailer. Then basically, Susie is going to slap this sucker right about there, and he's going to keep it there. We'll probably have to make several brackets so that this thing doesn't fall down or doesn't put too much stress on the manifold itself. Yeah. But look at all of this room that we have, dude. It's gonna make everything so, so nice. The only thing I have left to do on the actual turbo setup itself is make the drain, but I need to make 2 drains. Or I don't know exactly what we're gonna do about that yet. But I'm gonna wait until we do that so Susie can actually weld the bung into the oil pan. Tomorrow I'm gonna get this little bracket and we'll be able to actually use the final Hossport mount that we've got right here. Then super soon, Ethan's gonna come and we're going to do a full manual swap on this. We're gonna actually put the manual in, make it work, and we're super stoked about that. And watch this. We have some medium weight 5.3 supply shift knobs that we've custom made. And that is gonna be one of the first things we do to that. These are so awesome. These aren't actually available yet. We're still in prototype, but they are CNC'd and they are amazing. For my daily advice for you guys, I actually just live streamed and I asked you guys to give me some ideas. And one of the big things that stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about was self-love. I'm just gonna make this up on the spot, but man, I have to tell you, it is so important to not be obsessed with yourself, but to love yourself. There's a huge difference. Not to be conceited, And not to, like, self-love is not saying, oh, I'm the best, I'm attractive, I'm sexy, bro. That's not what self-love is. Self-love is understanding that you were created for a divine purpose and understanding that you have a great purpose and that you are amazing, you are special. That is self-love. And one of the key things about self-love is you will never be able to make yourself or anybody else happy, especially when it comes to relationships. If you do not love yourself, if you do not love who you are, and you don't have yourself figured out, then you will never have a successful relationship, because if you don't love yourself, then you'll depend on others to love you enough to make up for the lack of love that you have for yourself. And that will never work. You have to love yourself. You have to realize that you're special, created for a purpose. Realize that you have gifts. You should go out and you should do your best. Live your best life. Love others before yourself as well. It's also a lot easier to love yourself when you love others. Doesn't matter their skin color, their religion, their sexual orientation, gay, straight, black, white, red, yellow, doesn't matter. If you can love all those people blindly, then it's also a lot easier to love yourself too. I could get in this and I could probably just talk for a long time, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna leave it at that. Love you guys so much. Let's get this Turbo Civic done, right? Soon. See ya. Yo, that was smooth. I'm doing better at outros. Look at that, Evan. You are doing so good. Metal shavings everywhere. Watch those videos, to the two ones right in front of you. And I'm gonna go poop.